Hey, looks like I'm doing a pretty recent movie for once. The fucking clown movie with kids. It was fine, 10 out of 10, masterpiece, revolutionary to the modern horror genre. Yeah, bye. Okay, no, let me start over. How I was acting about the film right there seems to be the general consensus of the film. It, directed by Andy Muschietti. The new horror film that isn't a remake, but the second adaptation of the novel It by Stephen King.
When you're a kid, you think the universe revolves around you. You think that you'll always be protected and cared for. Then, one day, you realize that's not true.
Even though I didn't get to show you in the trailer, what everyone already knows about this film is the wonderful Pennywise. This is the creepy clown movie that everyone's been talking about, thinking that it's somehow a return to quality for horror films. To be frank, I don't necessarily understand these statements. It's not at all a horrible film, but it's nowhere near close to groundbreaking. Let me start from the beginning and talk about the plot. So the film stars 7 kids who are all different in personality, who are being terrorized by this odd monster disguised as a clown. That's generally the plot, and there's nothing else to it other than the kids' relationships. All the kid actors are perfect in their roles, and every scene that where it's only them is fantastic from their interactions. As for the clown, the actor for Pennywise looked like he just had tons of fun in the role. But whenever Pennywise came into the story, it was kind of a detriment. Yes, he's supposed to be the monster of the film, the draw of the film, but the film doesn't really know how to make him scary. The filmmakers seem to portray him as more conventionally with the scares. What I mean by that is that whenever there's supposed to be a terrifying moment, it's either going to be completely silent or the music gonna increase in a rapid pace and boom! Loud noise that causes the audience to jump. This isn't scary. It's startling, but that doesn't last for more than a minute. That's really all it has going for in terms of horror. That's why I'm utterly confused why people are calling it revolutionary for horror films. It's nothing close to that. Other than that, there's a lot of comedy in this film, and it's not paced well. There could be a dramatic scene, then out of nowhere, cut! Laughs all around. Maybe they were trying to make a comedy or horror film like Evil Dead 2, but the time between a comedic and serious scene is timed very poorly. To be completely honest, it's not balanced whether it wants to be a comedy or horror film. So right now I'm going to talk about some problems I had in the story. Spoiler warning, skip to this time on screen if you want to go into the film blind. Alright, so why the fuck did Pennywise ask the bully to kill the kids? That doesn't make any sense in Pennywise's character, as he wanted to feast off of their fear. If the bully killed the kids and not Pennywise, this clown would fucking starve. The only point of the bully being there was for his fake sense of conflict and tension, and for the black kid to lose the ammo for his gun. Okay, what point did that kid have to the story? Without comparing him to the books or the TV special, he had no other role other than bringing a gun? After everyone saved him from the bullies at the lake, he instantly became buddy-buddy with them for some reason. The chubby kid had scenes with the group for them to kind of grow on each other, but the black kid didn't have that at all. It felt like he had no character in the story other than the kid with the gun. Oh yeah, and the weird relationship with the main character Beverly and the chubby kid wasn't really needed. It felt all over the place since Beverly was awakened from Pennywise's spell by the kiss of love from the chubby kid. But then Beverly kissed the main character at the end. But then she asked him before if he wrote the poem and she found out it was the chubby kid. Okay, the love triangle and the subplot was a complete mess overall, and it wasn't fucking needed. Going back to the film overall, cinematography was fantastic, making the camera feel alive and energetic. But what do you expect from the cinematographer of Oldboy and several other Park Chan-wook's films? The man is great with camera movement and he still shows it here. A lot of critics are actually praising the film's score, but I found nothing special about it in my opinion. How it's used isn't anything creative either. However, one positive thing I do have to say about this film are the kids and their acting. I already talked about it, but if it was just a coming-of-age story with a sort of John Hughes vibe, I'll be completely sufficed with that. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut the film again. This is not for spoilers, but this is for kind of a personal thing. This has nothing to do with the film, more about my experience with the film. I'm going off the rails for this section because I want to talk about theater audiences, specifically horror. You don't know how many fucking people kept making comments during the film, having conversations with friends during it, and even trying to predict out loud like, oh, is the clown gonna come? Huh? I knew it. No one gives a shit. You bought a ticket to watch the movie. Now shut the fuck and just do that. Jesus Christ, there was one moment in the film where a character was doing something good and I heard like 5 people clapping loudly. It's not the fucking end of the film. Don't fucking clap. Horror audiences are the worst fucking people to deal with in the theater, since they don't pay attention all in the film until they hear a jump scare, like they're on phones, they're like, oh shit, jump scare, alright, there's something happening in the movie, now I give a shit. that's kind of why I don't watch film in theaters anymore. Oh well. Even though I did have several problems with the film, it was enjoyable, primarily due to the acting and cinematography. Overall, I give it a 6 out of 10. My fucking theater experience with the film, was a fucking 2 out of 10, but that's something else, so... I'll see you guys later. See ya.